It has been said that our obedience to the Great Commission does not only save the world, but it also saves the church. When we lift up our eyes and look at the lost around the world, our hearts are filled with compassion, and then we are moved to action toward those who live close to us and around the world.
We thank God that Southern Baptists are rallying around, praying for, and working towards solving the greatest problem in the world, lostness. The Bible says, "How then can they call on the one they have not believed in? And how can they believe in the one of whom they have not heard? And how can they hear without someone preaching to them? And how can they preach unless they are sent?"
The obvious answer to this is they can't. That is why every year around this time, we set aside more time, more praying, and more giving in our churches to make sure those who have never heard might hear.
Right now, we are praying for our cluster, the Philippines and the South Pacific Islands, that we would finish the task of taking the gospel to those who have never heard. We are also planning. 10 missionary families are needed now. Your giving to the Lottie Moon Christmas offering will help us put long-term missionaries among over 20 million people who need to hear the gospel.
Your giving is also helping us invest in and raise up world Christians and long-term missionaries through an IMB gap year program we call NT365. This program starts in the Philippines with an 11-week intensive discipleship, leadership, mission, and church planting training. Someone from our team is with these students 24/7 for the entire phase.
This gap year cohort is in class during the week and deployed in villages every weekend. They are also trained in community development, learning what it might look like to serve God among the world's 2 billion people that live on less than $2.50 a day. After this initial 11-week training, the gap year participants will be deployed in 3 different countries for the remainder of the year.
This year's NT365 gap year students want to say,